Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to Don't Bet the Farm. If you're new here, this is a sports prediction show that if I were you, I wouldn't bet the farm. But these predictions are coming from an informed place with decent sports knowledge and logic. If you watched episode 1, you know for a fact these predictions are not the end-all be-all. Heck, if you watched episode 1, you're probably wondering where the heck I've been. Everybody's got life stuff that happens. Some life stuff happened with me, and been busy with coaching high school football as well. And the other reason is this show was kind of based on a weekly or bi-weekly kind of thing, and it's kind of hard to do that with teams playing multiple games in a week. It's kind of hard to make predictions. That's just craziness. So I had to take some time and make some changes to how I'm going to do this show and how I'm going to roll it out. So more of these will roll out, but I had to readjust and focus. All right. Let me be honest here. Previous viewers are probably saying, look, bro, you went 0 for 3. 0 for 3 on the first episode. You really wasn't hiding. And you're right. Both can be true here. 0 for 3 on the sports prediction show does not look good, especially on the first episode. So I'm back with a couple predictions. Let's see how these go. Hopefully they're better. If you're watching this show, I'm sure you're aware that the draft is on Thursday, and I foresee some craziness going on around the draft this year. I've gained a newfound respect for these guys who make these mock drafts. I had to throw out several of my mock drafts because of some kind of trade here or some free agent pickup there, etc., etc. I'm releasing this one on the Wednesday before the draft, right after the Teddy Bridgewater trade. That's probably about as late as I can hold off on doing this, and anything that happens after that, it's just not going to be in this video, so let's just get into this. Here's how I did it. I decided that I'm going to do a top 10 just in the interest of time. There's no projected trades. Team needs takes precedence over best available player unless the team need is a giant reach. There's going to be no kickers in this top 10. I promise you that. With that said, let's get into this. At number 1, Jacksonville, my Jaguars. Probably the easiest pick in this draft. It's Trevor Lawrence. I don't really need to go into this one. Urban Meyer. If you happen to be watching this, you're not. But if you happen to be watching this, don't screw it up. Just draft Trevor Lawrence and just get moving with this. Okay. At the number 2 pick, it's New York Jets. Zach Wilson. I think that this is a possible bust pick, not because of his talent, but because of the scenario. I do feel like the New York Jets is a bad situation for Zach Wilson. To be quite honest, I don't really see much different between him and Sam Darnold, but that's just me, my opinion. They're going to pick him. I think this is a possible bust, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, it's not on his talent. It's not based on his talent. It's more based on the scenario that he's going into in New York. At number 3, San Francisco. I think they're going to take Trey Lance at number 3. But in my opinion, it should be Mac Jones. It's just my opinion. Mac Jones makes so much sense for San Francisco, especially for what they want to do offensively. They want to run the ball. They want a guy who's a decent game manager and can make some throws that he has to make in situations that he needs to make. So I honestly think if they were to pick Mac Jones and he actually played his rookie year, he'd probably win Rookie of the Year because his team will be in the playoffs because that defense is stacked and loaded. The offense has weapons. They were just hurt last year. But I do believe that Trey Lance is just too enticing to pass up. The kid takes care of the ball. He's got the athletic tools, and he makes that offense better regardless of whether he has the same arm as Mac Jones. The kid's just dynamic. Pick 3 really is kind of like the one spot where things can really go kind of awry and go crazy. But pick 4 really, I think, is where things really get nuts. It depends on what Atlanta wants to do. It's easy to think that quarterback makes sense here, but if we're looking at team need, they need a tight end badly. And Kyle Pitts is on the board, and he's the best tight end available in the last, 10, 15 years, according to what the scouts are saying and what I'm seeing. I'm going to go with Kyle Pitts here. And I'm going to think that Atlanta's going to address that QB situation later on in the draft or in free agency or something like that. I don't think that Matt Ryan's done, but you give him another weapon on offense, he can only be better. I mean, like I said, he's one of the best tight end prospects we've seen in years. He actually can block and he can catch, and he's a great red zone threat. I'm going Kyle Pitts here. At number 5, I think the Bengals are going to go with Penei Sewell. I'm probably butchering that name. The left tackle from Oregon. Yes, Jamar Chase makes a lot of sense, but all the Bengals need to do is look at Joe Burrow's left knee. Enough said. Just look at the scar. Enough said. All right, I know I said no trades, but this is a spot where this one was tough for me to find really what they want to do here. So gun to my head, I'm going to say that the Dolphins at 6 take Jamar Chase because he's the best player available on the board. And another weapon for Tua can't hurt. But I honestly see someone making a trade up here to 6, especially with Mac Jones and Justin Fields still available at this point in my mock draft. Someone's coming up to get him at 6, maybe even 4. I'm not sure. At number 7, I think the Lions are going to go with the receiver out of Alabama, Jaylen Waddle. They just made the trade for Jared Goff, and he needs weapons. Let Kenny Galladay go in free agency, so you need weapons, and he get a nice one here. I mean, they could go cornerback here, but you just made the Goff trade. You got to show commitment to it. You have to. You got to give him the weapons. So I'm going to go Jaylen Waddle here at 7. At 8, the Panthers need cornerback help, and Patrick Surtain is sitting right there waiting for him. They don't need a quarterback. They just got Sam this offseason. They just traded away Teddy Bridgewater a couple hours ago, and you gave up a lot of points. Go get the surest thing on defense this high in the draft, and go get yourself a corner that will help your team defend, especially in that division, especially in the NFC South with, the Saints and the Falcons and the Super Bowl champion Buccaneers. You got to get somebody to slow them down. You have to. So Patrick Surtain, surest thing in this draft defensively. At number 9, the Denver Broncos have set themselves up perfectly to be traded out of that spot. There's no one really here that meets team needs, and they need a lot. So let's just go ahead and trade out of there and collect draft capital. But gun to my head, I got to pick somebody. I'm going to go with Micah Parsons because they need a linebacker. And I like this guy, this linebacker out of Penn State. He's kind of a dog, this guy. He's a better pass rusher than a read and react linebacker. But that can be fixed easily by someone who's a decent linebacker coach and that's knowledgeable. Some small things like that. But I like this guy. I really do. It's a bit of a dog and I like it. At number 10, the Dallas Cowboys, I have them taking Caleb Farley just because Patrick Surtain is gone. Cowboys love a guy with a high ceiling, and Farley certainly has one. The only thing that really makes me nervous is his recent injury history, with it being his actual back being the problem for the past 2 years. But the Cowboys have a need at cornerback. They do. And if he's healthy, this guy's great. He really is great. I do have him down as the potential for a bust because of the injury history, and there's a few things that he's missing and lacking as far as the fundamentals at cornerback. But I'm rooting for him, and I really do like his attitude on the field. I also do believe that they can get him corrected with the fundamentals, and he can be a really great player. But just watch. I got a feeling possible bust there. Well, that's how I see it shaking out. We'll see what happens. I believe that a bunch of chaos is going to happen after these first 10 picks. Going through the explanation with you guys, I think that there's going to be some chaos in the first 10 picks anyway. And I gave you some spots where I think there could be some things that change and some trades. We'll see what happens. And I'm sure you guys will tell me if I'm wrong. You guys will call me out. That's what you guys do. You'll say it in the comments. You'll say it in my DMs. You'll let me know. Please like, share, subscribe, all that call to action stuff that every YouTuber gives you. But I do appreciate you for taking time out of your day to listen to me tell you what I think is going to happen. Remember, these are just my predictions, so please don't bet the farm.